Hello, Mister. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Fernanda Arguedas, and today I'm going to talk about the two tests that I created to evaluate the 4 English skills of the students. So here I have the traditional one. I started the test with the general information about the university, the English class, the partial. So here I ask the students their names, the teacher's name, date, and here is the part of the grade or the points that are assigned to this test. I started the test with the general instructions that says read carefully before answering what is asked in each section of the test. The answers must be written with pen, with legible letters, and in an orderly manner. So here I have the listening section. The topic that I decided to use to create the test is the numbers because it's the same topic that I used to create the lesson plan. So here I have the instruction, listen to the recording attentively and mark with an X the correct answer. And I have some questions. I suppose that the students already listened to the recording that mention numbers. So here I have multiple questions that says how many dogs were in the park, 1, 5, 3. So the other question said what was the number of the winning of the participant of the contest. So 2, 4, 5. It is supposed that the recording is about numbers and it mentions numbers. So it is the first part. The level that I decided to use for this test is beginners, A1. So I decided to do like very simple and short exercises because it is supposed that the students doesn't know anything about the English language. So that's the reason that the questions and the answers are very simple. So here I have the reading section. The instruction says, read the story carefully, then read each of the statements and in each parenthesis, write a T if the statement is true and an F if the statement is false. So these are true and false questions. And here I have a story about numbers. So it says something like this. One day, 2 children were hungry. They carried 3 ice cream. 4 tigers were hungry too. They wanted to eat the children in 5 minutes. The children saw the tiger and they were in danger, so they hid behind 6 trees. Then 7 dragons saw the children in 8 minutes. The dragons helped the children. Their 9 parents were happy, and at 10 o'clock they went to sleep. As you can see here, the story is related with the topic, that is the numbers, and the true and false questions said something like this. 3 children were hungry. The tigers wanted to eat the children in 5 minutes. The children hid behind 1 tree. So the students have to analyze the story and then determine if the sentences here are true or false according with the quantities that they read in the story. So, and here, the last one is the writing section. Here, I ask the students to please write down the things that are in their house and list each of them with the respective quantity. For example, in my house, there are 4 chairs and 2 televisions. So I try to make this section familiar to the students because they are using numbers but relating the quantities to the real environment that are the things that they already have in their homes. So here I have the speaking section. Here the students have to record 1 or 2 minutes video showing the classroom objects that they use in the class, specifying how many of each do they have. For example, I have 3 netbooks, 2 ink pencils, and eraser, and 3 highlighters. So the students have to record themselves with a video, and they have to show. For example, I have here like a marker, and they have to say, I have 1 marker. If they have more, they have to show in the video in order to analyze if their answers are correct and if they are using the quantities in the correct way. So here I have an instruction: save the file with your first and last name, send to my email, and the subject is speaking evaluation. This is the traditional way. When I'm going to continue sharing the other test, that is the online test. As you can see here, I have I asked them for their personal information about their email, their names, and the account number. That is the most important information that I need to know about the students, and the general instructions. Read carefully before answering what is asked in each section of the test. The answers must be written with pen, with label letters, and in an orderly manner. Here in the listening section, I suppose that the students listen another recording, and this is about their family members. So the questions are focused on the family members and the number of each family member that they have. Here says, listen the recording attentively and select the correct answer. For example, how many brothers does Lucia have? 3, 2, 5. How many times did they travel together? 4 times, 6 times, and so on. And they are related with the numbers. Here I have the reading section. These are true and false questions. And I have another short story related with the numbers here that is named A Stormy Night. And it says, one stormy night, I went into a haunted house. 2 cats were near the door. I opened the door and I saw 3 spiders. There was a step and then another step. I looked up the stairs and I saw 4 witches coming down the stairs. I screamed 5 times and I ran all the way home in 6 or 7 minutes. At 8 o'clock, I went back there. This time, there were 9 kind fireless who granted me 10 free wishes. So, as you can see, it is related with animals. That is the topic that I use to try to make the students understand the quantities. So in the lesson plan, I included all of this vocabulary, and the questions are, 3 cats were near the door, so the students have to read again or analyze the quantities of each animals that were in the story. The person saw 2 spiders when opened the door, and so on. So here I have the writing section, and the instruction says, count the animals in the picture and write down how many dogs, cats, pigs, and rabbits do you see. For example, in the picture, there are 3 dogs, 2 cats, etc. So here the students are going to see the picture of the animals, and then they are going to write down how many of them do they see in the picture. So in the speaking section, I asked the students to record 1 or 2 minute video showing the objects that they have in their bedrooms, specifying how many of each do they have. For example, I have one bed, two chairs, and three pillows. So the idea is that the students can share in the camera the objects that they have in their bedroom in order to evaluate if they really are counting in the correct way the objects that they are showing in front of the camera when the teachers could see the video. So, and here I have the last instructions: save the file with your first and last name, send it to my email, and the subject have to be speaking evaluation. So this is all, Minister. Thank you so much, and see you later.